Recorded live at the Marin Strange Studios in sunny England. It's the Vaughn, Brohseph, Johseph Show.
What's going on, world? You know who it is. Vaughn, Brohseph, Johseph here. Doing a webcast today, so I hope this works out because I don't normally do it like this, but I know the people have been saying, we want to see your face. So this is it. So if this doesn't work, it's your fault. Anyway, what am I going to talk to you guys about today? The reality TV issue. That's what I'm going to talk to you guys about today. I was watching television earlier this evening, and at 8 o'clock, a new program, to me anyway, it was a new program, came on. And at 8:01 in the p.m., I decided to change the show topic for tonight. So, based on what I was looking at. So, as an actor, you know, I have to say that it is a tough industry. It's tough, you know, and I have resigned to the fact that I will not be the next Denzel Washington. Hell, I might not even be the next Freddie Boom Boom Washington. So if you know who that is, yeah, you're old like me. So, but that's okay, you know, because I enjoy what I do. I enjoy doing this show. I enjoy, you know, getting roles in, you know, films and TV, little things here and there. I enjoy getting what I get. I enjoy the work. It's a lot of fun. So, you know, obviously I want to work more, and someday, I hope to be a full-time working actor. That's the goal. That's the objective, to be getting paid to do it all the time and not having to, you know, do whatever else. So, you know, if you sit at a table long enough, eventually you will get fed. But at some point, you know, in the mid-'80s, no, not in the mid-'80s, in the mid-'90s, mid to late 90s, I think it was, the life of an actor changed considerably. And that was due to reality TV. In my opinion, our reality has changed so much in the past 10 to 15 years. It's madness. And when I say reality, I mean just that. You know, like 70-year-old men are having sex for 2 hours, you know, which is cool. But now men in their 20s, you know, are having, you know, take Viagra, you know, trying to get some extra measures for that first impression sex or whatever, you know. I mean, I can understand if you're about to have sex with like a supermodel or something like that, or, you know, you're about to ask to borrow some money from her or something like that. Then you need to, you know, come with a little something extra. So anyway, so the way we see reality in our lives has changed in so many ways. Whether it's watching, you know, close-up pictures of some celebrity zits, you know, and they're trying to sell you Proactive, to this madness. I'm just seeing the other night for the first time. I'm ruined. It was Here Comes Honey Boo Boo. What the hell was that? So anyway, there's some absolutely horrific crap on the television. It's awful what we're being subjected to. So, you know, if I turn on the television right now, I would say that probably about 60% of this stuff will be reality TV, which is sad. So I have to say I blame MTV. I blame MTV. It all started with the Real World series back in 92. And two of those guys were from Michigan. One of them was from where I was from, Royal Oak. Andre, he was friends with a girl I was seeing at the time. I actually went to her house and he was sat on the sofa reading a comic book. But yeah, so I love the Real World. You know, it was a great show for my generation, but the show itself went in a direction that was lacking, you know, the organic nature of the original series. So once, you know, people saw the first season, they were like, hey, you know, let's get on that show, you know. So they, you know, start having sex in the brownstone, and then all of a sudden, you know, semi-respectable daytime talk shows started changing their format because they knew this was selling, this was popular. And in my opinion, that was the death of television as we know it. That was it. So we didn't realize it at the time, but as I have the benefit of a little bit of age on my side, I know I still look good, you know, I look good for my age, but I'm old. Not old, I'm just kidding, I'm not old. But you know, I can look back, you know, to a time where people like Kim Kardashian couldn't sleep their way to the middle, you know? So now you have teenage girls thinking people actually wake up looking like this, you know, and then it's normal to behave like this for a woman. And, you know, this is what you can get. You get Kanye, his crazy ass. You get a TV show. You get, you know, big booty. You get all that. So, even though Kanye is the real big ass behind Kim Kardashian. Anyway, that's a whole different show. We're not talking about that today because I'm not here for that. So, anyway, one of the ramifications of such, you know, exposure to these types of programs. So what does it all mean for our society as a whole? You know, if I asked you to ask 5 of your friends to name the top 5 shows they watch, I would wager that at least 2 of them will be reality shows, you know, unless you're lucky enough to have like friends that are grounded in true reality, and that's, you know, the case. They might just be watching the news or Nat Geo or something like that. That's what I watch. I'm usually up in the studio trying to, you know, I listen to podcasts and radio shows and stuff. I don't like TV. Anyway, I think there's been a creation of a generation that's now has a fascination. Oh wait, creation, generation, fascination. I didn't plan that. It just happens. That's called magic, people. So anyway, they're fascinated with reality television and seeing other people's dysfunctional lives. You know, I admit that I used to watch Maury, you know, when I first came to the UK, especially because there was not a lot of television here for me in England that was US based, except for like old A-Team reruns and like MacGyver, and they had like the original Batman or some shit like that. So there wasn't much on, you know. I was watching auction shows where they buy homes and whatever. But 10 years ago, YouTube popped on the scene. I think it was about 10 years ago. April was the first video, 2005, something like that. Anyway, but it's taken on a life of its own, right? And the mobile phone companies are making sure now that you can capture all of your reality no matter where you are. They got you covered, bro. They got you covered. So no matter where we are, we can get our reality snapped and documented. And we can put it on YouTube and the whole world can see. So, you know, we have video cameras on all our phones since about 2005, so 10 years ago again, the 10 years of just like YouTube. That was right around the same time. Everything started changing. So, you know, like a lot of our kids, they're not used to that because they were born, you know, at a time where these things were in development and they were coming up. So they are used to these things. So they aren't used to there not being an iPod or an iPad or, you know, any of that stuff. They just know touchscreen phones. I used to have a big old clunker. You know, but I was reading earlier that Japan is going really get a big market for flip phones now again, like back in the day. So that was what the show was going to be about until I saw this crap on TV earlier. And I was like, oh, jeez, I got to change the topic. So anyway, you know, this modern convenience, you know, it has its upsides, doesn't it? You know, it comes with a negative as well, though. So now everyone takes fights in the streets, fights in the schools. You've got, you know, people pulling pranks, going to the hood and, you know, doing all kinds of stupid shit, and it's taken off. So, you know, the ethics of our youth have vanished. They're gone. So students are attacking teachers. You know, look at you know, what I think what we're looking at is like, there's this thing called, I think it's called Schadenfreude. It's a German word, and it means, basically what it means is we take pleasure and entertainment at the failings of people and the problems from other people. So like if you laugh when someone trips and falls on the sidewalk or when a company that you don't like goes out of business or something like that, you know, or a celebrity you just like falls from grace, you know, because we love to take down a celebrity. You know, look at what they're doing to Bill Cosby right now. He's like 80-some years old. They're trying to destroy this guy. So why do we get entertainment from the suffering from others? You know, it's like we go to NASCAR to see the car crash. Why do we do that? Most of these reality shows, they're not even reality, are they? They're scripted. You know, when you take a bunch of producers and investors and sponsors and all that stuff, things change. Things change, and they really adjust the show so that it's a moneymaker. So the reality aspect isn't even there anymore. So I point back to the MTV example, right? Someone studied the ratings, and whenever there was conflict on the show, the ratings jumped up. So what do you do to keep the ratings up? You show the people what they want to see, and that's what they started doing. So now there's no question that these shows are designed to entertain you. That's what they're for. That's why they're on TV. But they're huge money makers. They're huge money makers. So they're not going anywhere as long as you guys watch them. They're going to still be there. But the problem I have with them is that they give the youth, the idea that, the way they see people behaving on the show is okay. This is acceptable behavior. Not only is it accepted, it's celebrated, right? It's on TV. So, of course, it's got to be great. We live in a world, of celebrities. Everybody loves a celebrity. We give them a star on the Walk of Fame. We give them tons of money. We go see them. We pay our money to see them on TV and the movies, and we buy their clothes and whatever, unless it's Kanye's clothesline, which, whatever. Again, that's another show. So, when we have shows like Hip Hop Wives or Honey Boo Boo or any other shows like these, that perpetuate, racial stereotypes, you create a major issue within the ethical core of society, in my opinion. So ever since Kevin went off on Julie in the original Real World, and they had a house meeting, y'all, or Omarosa was on The Apprentice. There's always been that evil black man or woman on the show, or, they got like housewives of whatever city, and you learn that people cheat, and they pop pills, and they fight at social events, and they get on TV, so people are like, I want to act a fool too, because they're getting paid, and everybody knows who they are. They're on talk shows, they're writing books, they're doing all kinds of stuff. Normally these people were nobodies until, that Jerry Springer culture started to say, we need more, we don't want to just see people fight, we want to see people with money fight, Anyway, I'm not saying you shouldn't watch these programs, obviously, but I just wonder why we want to watch them. Why do you want to watch them? What is interesting about them that keeps you tuning in every week? Survivor's been on for ages, and Real World's been on for ages. You got all these shows that have been on for so long. I was watching something earlier this evening, as I said, to follow up. Said the follow-up show to what I was watching. Anyway, I was watching the show. It was called My 5 Wives or something like that. My 5 Wives. So this guy's got 5 wives, 24 kids. One of them was pregnant, so now he's going to have 25 kids and 5 wives. And they're moving to Washington because it doesn't matter. So then this commercial came on for a new show about a girl that made a video on YouTube again. It was called Fat Girl Dancing. Really? Come on. Fat Girl Dancing. This is television? What the hell is that? I've got headshots on the studio wall down here. You can't see me because I can't move the camera. I can, but whatever. I've got headshots that go back. They go back. You can see when I started acting what I used to look like and where I've gone. Agency rejection letters, all kinds of stuff that I like to have. And I it's no wonder that there are fewer and fewer acting jobs. There's such a void in the market for real shows anymore that aren't reality shows. We've become like desensitized to it, about these shows. And if you allow your kids to watch these programs, watch this madness, if you want to call it a program, that's up to you. Then you're allowing these shows to influence your kids in a way that, in my opinion, you won't be able to fix once they've gone past a certain point, because they've been watching this crap for so long. They won't be able to separate reality from reality television. And I know you say that was the argument about video games. And society, can you honestly tell me society has not gotten more violent since 1990, let's say? Hell, the wall came down in Germany. Russia, the Soviet Union has been defeated, so everything's supposed to be cool now. People are cutting people's heads off and, shooting people up in the streets. It's mad chaos. People are beating each other up, putting it on YouTube, fighting on the bus, fighting on the train, smacking people up, doing all kinds of stuff. So, anyway, that's all I have to say, really. I just want you guys to tell me what you think about it, because I wanted to touch on this on a more of a broad spectrum. So I do this short show, and then hopefully I can get the rest of my team to have their input, and we'll do a full-on show about this topic if there's enough generated interest. And that's about all I have to say, because it's getting mad late. And yeah, anyway, thanks for watching. I don't usually play music and stuff on the 30-minute shows, or however long this one is, probably maybe 20 minutes or so. Send your music in to the 1 hour shows. We play them. Send them the music at TheVBJshow.uk. Follow us on Twitter at TheVBJshow. We have a Facebook fan page, obviously, Brohseph Show. Most of you are probably watching that here now. We've got SoundCloud accounts, but I prefer you guys go to Stitcher. All our shows are on Stitcher Radio. It's a free app. You can download it. But all of our shows from episode 0 all the way up to today will be on Stitcher Radio. And if we get accepted to Dash Radio, they're going to Dash Radio too. You can also get them at TuneIn Radio. If you have the TuneIn Radio app, we've got the Brohseph Show on TuneIn. But again, those are only the more recent apps, or the recent shows. But the Stitcher app will have all the shows. Our website will have the shows. If you want to go to TheVBJshow.uk, you get the shows there as well. If you want to call into the show, let us know. We arrange that, because I'm doing this live now, but we're going to try and gradually move it towards this format where we're not actually recording and putting it out, so we can do it live and then just have it. And I'll put it out on YouTube later. We'll record it and we'll have it for subsequent view on YouTube. Anyway, thanks for checking us out, or checking me out. Hit me up. Let me know what you think. If you have any questions, we'd love to have you call into the show. You can get us on Skype. What is the Skype stuff? It's TheVBJshow. And Facetime, you can hit us at Vaughn at Johseph.com. That's the Facetime if you got an Apple phone or iPad or MacBook. You can call the show for free. Anyway, that's it for me. Thanks for listening, and hope you have a safe evening and a great week. It's only Monday. Anyway, peace.